Hi, my name is Darren Heartwell. I'd like to welcome you in. I'm here with the 2017 NTPA Grand National Superstock Open Champion, John Strickland, with the Get a Load of That 2 out of Clinton, North Carolina. Congratulations,
Yes,
John.
thank you.
So you had 3 wins on the year. You won at your hometown event, the Mule City 300 in Benson. Also won in Bowling Green and in Greenville. Finished 4th in Greenville to clinch the title. What would you say, this is your 2nd title in a row, how does that feel to be on top for 2 years in a row?
It feels really good. This year seems to be a little better than last year. Last year it seems like we got ahead and stayed ahead, and it won't near as big a challenge as this year's been, but this year has really been a challenge. We started out good and we fell back, and then it was just back and forth between me and Josh. I'd be ahead, he'd be ahead, and right at the end I thought, well, we've lost it this year, and then we were able to squeak by him right at the end. So this will probably be a really memorable year as far as the championship for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you had the lead going into Bowling Green, correct?
Yes.
And then coming out of Bowling Green, Josh Blackburn with the International Threat had taken the lead, and then you took it back after the first hook in Greenville, Ohio, and then he took it back again after the second hook. So heading into Wellington, Ohio, the final hook of the year, I mean,
yeah. Well, I knew I was back. I think we were 2 points back going into Wellington, so I knew that we needed to do really well there. And last year we won at Wellington, and wrapped up. So I knew that we could perform well at that track. Terry and Josh have done really good. Last year it seemed like we somewhat had an advantage over them on tracks that were a little less power tracks, somewhere you had to move weight around and really had to work in setup, and they're a little limited on what they can do as far as that. This year they figured some of that stuff out, and they were very competitive on any kind of track this year. And then they really shine over us on the more power tracks. So and that track was better this year than it was last year, and so I was like, oh well, we're probably not gonna get it this year, but we got lucky.
Made a great pass, finished 2nd to clinch your 2nd title in a row.
Sir.
So now the other tractor, the original GALOT, Brent Payne does most of the driving on that one, and he finished 4th as well, so it was a great season for the team.
It was good. Brent does a great job of working on our tractors and driving, and no way we could do anything. We wouldn't even be here without Brent, But he uses his tractor for a guinea pig a lot of times, testing different things and stuff, and that kind of, sometimes it helps and sometimes it hurts. So his tractor doesn't run well, perform well. It's just that he's always testing and doing different things, and sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't.
Right. I know you guys have a very close relationship with GMS, and you guys have had a lot of success there.
Yes,
so.
sir. Yeah, when GMS come on board and started taking care of our tractors and looking after them, that really carried us up to where we could. We've always been competitive, but that really carried us into being, contenders for Grand National Championship, as we have been the last 2 years.
Yeah. Now, what would you say was the biggest highlight of your season?
Well, obviously winning the championship, we probably would have to say would be the biggest highlight of the season. Winning at home is always good. Starting out the year with a win, gives you a little bit of extra boost to get you going in the beginning of the season, and we like to win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. The hardest, now in most sports, having a home field advantage is a good thing. In the sport of truck and tractor pulling, winning at home is the hardest place to win. I never understood why, but it's just, especially at an event that you promote and put on at your facility, there's probably a lot of distractions, but this is 2 or 3 years in a row you've won at home?
We've won every year. This is our 4th year we've had it, and we've won one or both sessions every time at home.
Great. I mean, and that's hard to do. If you get the chance to go to Mule City 300, they put on a great event at the GALOT Motorsports Park in Benson. It's very convenient to get to. It's just a really fun event. I mean, great for the fans, great for the competitors. It's awesome, and with all the distractions, it is a true testament to John's focus to get the wins there.
We have a full plate that week prior to wire, week after, getting ready for the event, and we do the track ourselves and stuff, and I play a big role in that. Of course, I have a lot of help from a lot of folks, which I appreciate, you know, that jump in and give us a hand. So, but there is a lot going on, so you just kind of have to cut that off for a few minutes, jump in the seat, drive, and then go back to work. You know, whether you win or lose, you just keep pressing at it.
Right. You've done a great job. Now tell us, you know, you mentioned your family and your crew. Tell us who helps you out, and who would you like to thank?
Oh, well, obviously we need to start out by thanking Mr. and Ms. Wells, because without them and funding this operation and their passion for truck and tractor pulling, there's no way that we could pull. So to start out, we'd most like to thank them for making it where we can pull. And then next, Brent and all the guys at GMS, Joe, Dan, all those guys work really hard to keep us going. All the guys there, not just those few that I mentioned, but all the guys at GMS, they're constantly working to keep these tractors performing as well as they do. My wife, she says I never thank her, so I'll make sure I thank her this time. Because she tolerates a lot with me being gone. In between the tractor pulling and the drag racing, I'm gone a lot. So she's kind of looking after the drag strip now, so that leaves her home a lot. So it works out that without her support, I wouldn't be able to. Most wives wouldn't understand.
Right. Now, your kids as well?
Yeah, Holt, he's here. He's always with me. He likes to pull the RC thing, so he enjoys this event here at Urbana. Awesome. And Bowling Green are the two, but he enjoys the tractor pulling and all the friends and stuff that they have, and it's just a really good atmosphere, family atmosphere, that you can just bring your kids and stuff, and they can run around and play with each other, and you don't have to worry, you know, about where they are and what they're doing. Everybody this community kind of raises a kid, you know. It's definitely a community that you want to be involved with, this sport.
Okay. Now, what about are there any other sponsors, or what kind of components you use in your tractor? And
well, yes, we use some Pico oil in our, as far as that, it's that'd be more of a question for Brent. I'm not sure exactly what he uses. A lot of the components he builds himself, rods and stuff, and the cars and stuff. I can tell you, we use this piston, we use that rod. But and these, a lot of the stuff is GMS stuff. So.
Okay. And then the Shriners, is it the?
It's Right Care. It's Right Care is something Mr. Wells is involved with, and I'm also a Scottish Rite Mason myself. What they do is they raise funds for children with learning disabilities, and that is something that he's really passionate about and spends a lot of time and a lot of focus on. So we run their stickers to bring awareness to that.
It's a great cause, and you know, great to be able to help those young people out. Yeah. So now you mentioned drag racing. Tell us a little bit about your drag racing as well.
Well, you know, we started out tractor pulling for years, and we kind of got Mr. Wells bought into the drag racing. I don't know if it was unexpectedly or what, but we kind of slid him into that too. So the drag racing's turned out to be a good deal. He's got a really good team that looks after the drag racing and works on the cars, and we're very competitive in the classes that we run, which we run Pro Mod, and we've won championship and runner-up last year, and looks like we're on our way to at least runner-up this year. Hopefully.
Okay, so, awesome, congratulations.
So it's been a very good. Anything that Mr. Wells gets involved in, he wants to see it go to the top.
Yeah. The GALOT Motorsports team in tractor pulling and drag racing has been very successful. Now, you mentioned you've been tractor pulling for a long time. I know you started out in the Super Farm division. Yeah. How long have you been tractor pulling?
You know, I don't exactly know. I thought about it the other day. Early 2000s, maybe around 2004, somewhere. So not as long as a lot of these guys. That's what they've done from the time they were little kids. But
right. No, you definitely picked it up in a hurry. That's for sure. So
probably at least 12 or 14 years.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to mention?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look forward to next year.
Thank you.